All right, the voice has spoken. It is time to do the recap. Second day of the year. Let's get with it. I got a few of them closed today, but let's first go over and take a look at. Oh, we did that already. We did it yesterday. I think I skipped around on them a little bit just because the week is off. So yesterday, what did I do? I did day 2 at the beginning, right? I think so.
Come on, brother.
Yeah, I did envision the result at the beginning yesterday about writing out the plan. That was actually the topic for today. So I will go back to day 1. And here we go. Day 1, marathon to a million. Happy New Year. All this good stuff. Yay, yay, yay. All right, so yesterday, or excuse me, the first day, which should have been yesterday, which is weird because the stock market was closed on Monday, so that threw things off. Wednesday technically is the third day of the week, but we're only on the second trading day, so I did the second trading day yesterday. So for today, we're going to do day 1. Tomorrow, we'll do day 3, and hopefully by next week, we can kind of get back into the swing of having it in numerical order. Wolves of Wall Street Journal is posted over on WordPress. That's available through the Twitter at Wolves, WOLVES, Wall, WALLST. And let's get to it. So first day, actually, on Monday, which we were off, welcome to the new year. Plan and prepare to be successful. And all I did was put on there, identify what dreams are. Dreams are things that you wish for. Success in all I do. For me, my dreams: growth in relationships, spiritually, relationally, parenting, financial independence, help others reach their goals, which is why we get together in live trade and pre-market prep in the morning. Goals specifically are things you have decided you will accomplish within a clearly defined period. As I mentioned yesterday, each leg of my marathon for this year to deliver this baby is going to be 72 trading days. Plan of action is the thing that you actually do. So for me, I want to create a daily watch list that consists of market movers with news or volume, activity, and catalysts. And I want to look at the daily chart, 20-day, 2-hour. And shout out to my boy John and the 10-day, 1 hour. I've now added another layer of looking at items. So without further ado, let's get on into the trades. Just a recap and a motivational moment. All right. Here we go. We'll start at the bottom. CETX. Let's get into that trade. Okay, CETX. This was a short from the open. We shorted them at 7.94, closed at about the 7.5 area. I like the short. It moved pretty good for me. Nice short basically at the open. I think we watched them yesterday. John and I were looking at them struggle with the $8 mark, which is what prompted me to short them there. I covered them pretty solid as it went through a field line 7.7 and gave up about another 2.5–3%. 750 is a solid dollar mark. You can look back over here. You see 7.4. It was testing 7.5 and then boop, slaps through it, comes back to 7.5, bounces off of it, comes to 7.5. I expect it to bounce. It did bounce and roll back over, but the point is I'm up. I have my goal. I'm going to go ahead and take profit. And you can see that probably a little bit better on the 10-minute chart right there. Good entry. Overhead resistance or fib, I think, was what my stop was going to be, no more than 4 to 5%. Goal met. Move on to the next play. On my tags, over on TraderView, if you put some notes and tags in, as I continue tracking my trades, I can, put them on based on certain things. So fib, failed open, and bear flag is how I played it. So down, up, trend line that, bear flag, enter, boom, go. Next ticker is SHLD. SHLD on my yesterday recap, I told you guys I was in at $9.10. I actually took like a 1 cent loss. It was the first loss of the year. I think we lost, I don't know, $50 or something like that. I'm going to cry because my entry the previous day was spot on. I just got out too early. So I was buying it, did buying it at the $9 support line. There's a fib from there on there yesterday on my charts. It ran up to 9.5. It pulled back to the 9 and it was holding 9. I ended up closing it because I didn't like the price action. I wake up or actually saw this late last night or early this morning that it ran and pressed at the end of the day. So the 903, 910 average entry was correct, 10% up from there. So I looked at possibly a dip buy for today. I bought at 9.87 and thinking RSI got as low as 50. But the histogram was trending in my favor. That's why I tagged that one histogram. Actually only 1%. So no big deal. It couldn't get through the $10 mark. And it was a winning trade, so at least I recovered some of yesterday, and it's all good. SHLD probably is green on 2017 now. And in the note, what I did was long this puppy previous day at 1.1, close it out too early, attempted dip buy, but no Ranger movement for me today. So it's all good. Histogram was my thesis for entering the trade. Next ticker. Kate was great. Let's see. I don't know where Katie is now. Shout out to my boy Brandon. Brandon was also in Cape. Cape had this big run, 14.5 to 19.5, nearly $5 up. It hasn't fully 50% retraced, but I thought their news might have been good. It came up, it dropped. Actually took a short, seeing if it would go and retest the 17.5. My goal for Kate was 17.5. I wanted it to go retest this area where it found support, 17.5 support, 17.5 support. Is bouncing off of that hard dollar mark, or excuse me, half dollar mark. I took my short fairly decent. I mean, we were short, at 18.2. Wanted to see if it would break down. It actually went as low as nearly 17, maybe 85. I didn't like the price action. I have a fib line at 18.03. I put my stop there because once it went through 18, my anticipation was if you're going to go through 18, I'd like to see you do that. So me at 18.03, you shouldn't stop. But if you don't want to do what I want you to do, then I want to be out of your way. And you can see that even on this part of the day, it's, probably break even or I would be down just a little bit. So we took a 1% win on that. And I put in my note, I exited as it wouldn't break down under 18. All right. WTW. Oprah, that's our girl. Where's my boy Andy at? I got to shoot Andy this recap video. He's going to be excited. He missed his girl today. I actually got just a little piece of the move, similar like a little piece of my IDXG yesterday, but I ain't tripping. No worries. Mid-morning breakout for me as it broke through a fib. It was not on my watch list, but we got a good group of folks that said, hey, check it out. So we checked it out. Evaluated 12.9 was, I believe, a fib. 12.8 maybe was one of my fibs. My thing was, well, should have been buying at 12.5. You can see that little spot right there. That would have been support, resistance. We break through it. It's now support. If I take the 12.9, I'm within my threshold. 50 cents was my risk. I didn't want it going back to 12.4. Well, I wanted 50 cents in return for my risk. 13.4 was my goal. It got me out. It actually went as high as 13.9. But at the time that I exited, you can see it pull back right there. After that pullback, I don't know what happens. I guess I could flag and maybe re-enter, but I was satisfied because I walked into the play. I had a plan. I stuck with the plan, and I took profit, just like IDXG the previous day. So this was a good play, not too bad, and I thought it may have started rolling over once it went up to the 13.9 as well. Okay, yeah, so 13.9 gave some signals to short them. I wasn't inclined to short them. They're green on the day. And, it's the beginning of the year. People want to lose weight, and I'm sure they have some news out about blah, 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 Weight Watchers. All right, Ren's my friend. Oh, let's go to high Q. Sorry, I'm going to skip over that one. High to the Q. Okay, high Q, we shorted high Q, and we respected the fact that high Q was not going to go down to its $16 mark, which my goal on high Q was $15.50. So I actually wanted it to crack the 16, but it gave me some signals that I should take profit, as well as it gave me some signals that maybe I should buy it. So if I'm conflicted, thinking about, well, maybe I will buy this and then use this area of support. Excuse me. All right. Get out of the trade if you're short and you're winning. So we're short, we're winning. support, support, support at the 15.5, 16 hold, 16 hold, won't get down to 16, and a signal that says buy me. Could have been buying right there and almost made a dollar to the upside as well. So we took advantage of the short position, but we also closed it out on time because it was giving me the signal to possibly buy it. So basically I shorted the fail open, exited when buy signals came along, and boy, were they good buy signals. Ticker up $1 from the short exit. The long was probably the better play. So if you think about it, maybe somewhere here at 16.4, I believe it ran up almost to 17.4, maybe 17.3, somewhere in this area. All right, and then Ren's my friend. I miss Ren on the second play, and that almost makes me sad. We'll talk about that here in a second. It gave some signals to buy it. Excuse me. I'll tell you what that price was on the signal. Looking on the big screens. 10:15 this morning gave some signals to buy to 39.75. Confirmation at 10:39 saying buy to 40.26. It went up $2 from 40.26. It went up to 42.25. Now it's rolling over and headed back down, and we missed the long play on them. But we appreciate them. We normally play Ren for what? Those of you guys have been following me, we play them for $1. There's the dollar, 41 down to 40. So no complaints. I mean, they got a little bit lower than my exit, but I'm also not going to complain too much about it because it was giving me a signal for a possible bounce. So as it came through here, I closed it out, but it did bounce on and roll down over. Here's an opportunity for you to maybe be buying it, right? Again, support 39.5, 39.5, very recent support with some signals saying buy me. Candle wick up. Maybe we're long here at 40. It's on up to 41.5. Easy 4% to the upside on that one. And we normally play them a little bit different size position, and we're looking for $1 on them. All right, so those are the ones we have closed. I did reshort Ren, and we are waiting. We will probably hold them overnight because it's near the 42.30 fib, and comfortable. So we put our hands on them at 42. We'll see how it plays out so far. I'm up 1% on it, and we'll hold them overnight. We're trying to see if we can get it failed open tomorrow. We're also still in our CGI. CGI came close to me closing out at 850. We're looking back at it. I probably should have closed it. So we now have that one. We have DRAM. Let me check my DRAM real quick just to make sure we're not out. I don't think I am. 1.78 on my DRAM short, so I'm down 2 cents. We have FOLD, which is 560. FOLD has been running today, so I'm actually short FOLD at, it says average price 532. I can't remember if I added or not. No, I think I did add. But we're going to call it 532. So down 10% on that one. We're waiting for it to give me some more signals. I'll add and get it straightened out. Price is now at 558. They had an overhead fib at 574. In theory, now that we look at it, maybe when it actually got to 567, that probably was a more solid place to enter the trade. But it's also come from, how far have we come? And we've come from a long way. Hold on for a second. Yeah, we come from 441. So 441 to 5.7, $1.30 up. I'm trying to split it. So let's see if we get it down to 5. That'll be a 50% retrace, and I like where I'm at on that position. I just told you about the Ren and Gale, G-A-L-E. We were short. This Gale actually gave a great dip buying opportunity at the $1.90 mark. When you guys get some time, take a look at their chart. Well, let's just look at it together. How about that? And we missed it. So we touched them on the short, and we want to see how it plays out. But looking back at it, I think that the it has solid support at one in the last 10 days anyway at about 1.9. So let me show you that real quick. All right, big screen we go. All right, on my big screen, we got 16 tickers, 16 reasons. Give me the reason to want you back. I'm not going to say it. So it's got nice support here. All right, so 190 area support. Guess what we should have been doing at the beginning of the morning? Should have been buying that thing over. Look at it, came to 191. Gave you some signals along, took out a money ball, could have been long, went red to green on the day. Great opportunity to run them on up right there. So we're taking a short position, trying to see if we can get some rollover action. We'll see how it plays out. We'll get you updated once that materializes. That will end the recap on the day. 2 green days in 2017. Keep them coming. Is it yes? Is it tomorrow yet? Not sure. We'll be back on live. I'll let you later.